Welcome back, listeners. This is episode number 83, right? We're it's episode 83.
Yep, it is.
I just started speaking without thinking to myself, wait, what episode number is it first? And this is the podcast where we tell you all about YouTube. We've got a couple recommendations. We've got a whole new format for you. I'm here with my co-host. His name's David.
That is me. I'm so happy to be your co-host.
Whoa, so happy. Jesus. All right.
So happy.
Man. Jeez.
It's the summer. It's getting to me. It's making me so positive.
Stop simping me, bro. And my name's Ayman. So, I mean, like I said, I mentioned the new format, but let me just break it down for you. We're going to tell you a little bit about what we've been watching this week, and then David and I each have a recommendation or notable channel for the week. That's what I'm going to call it. It's the notable channel for the week. From
notable. I love it. Because not necessarily are we saying this is the best channel ever, but we noticed it.
There you go. Exactly. We noticed it. So let's kick it off. What have you been up to on YouTube this week? Should we start with our watch times? What's your watch time this week?
I have just hit 10 hours for the last 7 days. 10 hours, 15 minutes.
Okay, trending up because you were at 6. You were at 6. Then last week you had 8, and then you got 10 this week. So that's good. Putting in the hours. Yeah. Mine's gone the other way because last week I was at I think, was it 24, 26, something like that. And then this week,
goodness.
Yeah, this week I'm only 16, which I don't really know how because I feel like I've been watching a lot of content. And actually, I've been watching some channels that have very long form videos, 30, 40 minute type deals. Maybe
you just had a busier week.
Yeah, I think that's it because I have been super busy with work this week. But yeah, what have you been watching anyway?
Well, I know you said start with YouTube, but I just gotta say right off the bat,
go on.
I don't mind being a hater, but you know that number one girl for TikTok, Charlie D'Amelio, whatever.
Yeah, I've seen her. Yeah,
cause she's popping up on YouTube and people are collabing with her.
Oh,
recently.
Really? Oh.
I just wanted to think, okay, let me see the PewDiePie of TikTok, but she just does the music stuff.
Yeah.
There's no skits, there's no comedy. Is that really? That's not.
Yeah, and it's not.
I mean, that's musically, but that's not. TikTok's beyond that, surely. But my goodness, I'm so disappointed.
Her thing is just that she's, reasonably pretty, and she has a very nice setting. Her house is really nice, so it all looks really nice. It's if you want to watch,
a bit professional, but it's also relatable as well.
Yeah. It's if you want to watch a bad singer redo songs and a bad dancer redo dance moves, then
she's your go-to.
She's
and
the best
that's the world who wants to know that.
Yeah. But yeah,
I don't know. I was just disappointed.
So she started a channel now, has she?
I don't know about that, but she's just been in. I mean, I can't quote the YouTubers, but I don't know. I would say Lily Pons, but it's probably not Lily Pons. But that idea of just a YouTuber having them in her in their video.
Okay, well that's if she doesn't have a YouTube channel yet. She probably does, and it's probably she's probably gonna start pushing it if you know.
But then it gets copyrighted, so maybe she won't. And clearly, all she could do is sing and dance. So,
she can do vlogs, right? Anybody can do vlogs, man.
Anyone can do vlogs.
That's
true,
right. The bottom of the barrel content.
Vlog number 1, day in the life of being a TikTok star. Vlog number 2, my morning routine of being a TikTok star.
Yeah. It's okay. What's my talent? Oh, I don't really have any. Okay, well, TikTok's perfect. Just sing along, mouth, lip read it, and done. YouTube, I don't have any talent. What can I do? Can't sing because of the copyright. Vlogs, that's it. That's the only answer.
Yeah, walk around with my camera on. Easy.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Okay, so fair enough. That was kind of not too off topic, so I'll give you that one.
Oh, thank you. You go.
Okay, so I mentioned I've been watching some long-form content, and the channel I've been watching quite a few videos from is called Strategy Productions. So it's strat-edgy Productions. You see what you did there? See what he did there?
Yeah.
So I talked about this a bit last week. Not this channel, but I had been watching a channel that does a lot of Elder Scrolls stuff, Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, and things. And this came up in my recommendations, obviously, because I've been watching that stuff. And this guy just does really in-depth videos about games. So his main things that he does is the Elder Scrolls ones. So he's got, 40 minutes just talking about Morrowind, 40 minutes talking about Daggerfall, and they're really, his knowledge of the games is so insane, but they're very well narrated. It's just gameplay on the screen, voice in the background, and it's not just a playthrough. It's not just, here's me playing this game for 40 minutes.
Yeah, not your everyday Let's Player.
Yeah, no, it's he's obviously scripted it, but I must say, some YouTubers are really bad when they get a script because they just sound really robotic and lame. He's very good at it. It means the video's structured, but he sounds natural, But and he basically just goes in depth on what the games are all about, how they're built, and then also talks about, if you want to play this, here's a good strategy guide kind of thing. He'll talk about how to game the system, and and they're just kind of really in-depth, interesting videos about RPG games, basically.
Oh, is it like one video per different game?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So I've watched a Morrowind one, an Oblivion one. Watched one on Pillars of Eternity. I'll link a couple. It's really interesting. He talks a lot about things like game design. So if you're interested in that, it's definitely a good one to watch, because he'll talk about, this part of the game sucks because it makes the player feel like they're not able to do anything. And this part is great because this. But to get around this, what you can do is blah, blah, blah. It's just good videos. It's good content, It's just... nice, easy watching. To me, it's easy watching. It's kind of second screen sort of stuff.
Well, do you know what not easy watching?
Yeah,
a rice gum video.
Oh my god, what is he making these
Don't
days?
ask me. Don't ask me why I watched the rice gum video.
Okay, I want to hear about it. What, like a recent one?
So like, I don't know if you know it, but like some months ago, he actually made a family rice gum channel, which basically had him and his girlfriend at the time, called Abby something, I think she's like one of Dan Bilzerian's girls. It goes on a long tangent. But anyway, they broke up. He broke up with her, and he just made this video about how he's just ranting about how he's angry at the internet for being angry at him for the breakup. Okay. And I don't care about any of the drama, but it's how he did the video. He just keeps talking. He doesn't actually take a break as he's speaking. He was basically just venting it out, and it was the most hilarious thing ever to watch how his mind works as it puts sentences together. That's the only reason why I liked the video, and I was laughing my head off because I thought I was watching a child learn words, and it was just great. It was great.
That is funny. Does he still make regular content? He obviously does.
No, he actually doesn't post that much anymore. Like, he streams. He basically does like what Critical does, like streams like other videos, and people, and then
just trims it a bit and uploads it.
Yeah. But I think he just puts straight up uploads, 3-hour stuff.
Oh really? Oh wow. Actually, mentioning Critical, that brings me to my next point. I finally unsubbed from Critical.
Yeah, I read that on the doc. I was gonna ask, but I thought I'll find out on the podcast why.
Yeah. So I've been subbed to him and a fan of his for a long time, and I am still a fan. It's just he makes a lot of videos. He's always made a lot of videos, So I've always kind of been thinking, this is a bit much. Sometimes you'll scroll your subs feed and it's just all him, right? But now, because he's doing the streaming mostly as well, they're all just these clips from the stream. Well, not clips, but edited videos from the streams. And he's giving
his editor a lot of work. What you don't, you want the editor to like lose his job? Is that what your problem is?
I wouldn't mind the videos as much if they were actually good. But I'm sorry, but a video from a stream, no matter how much editing, is not the same. talking to chat and things, and it always feels a bit like you're getting one side of the conversation. And on top of that, he always screws up his levels, because when he's streaming, chat always asks him to turn the video that he's watching down, because basically all he does is sit there and watch YouTube videos and
you know what, you're right, you're so right about the audio levels, because I can barely hear the video when it's time for him to show it.
Exactly. And it's like, okay, yeah, that video that he's watching looks funny, I want to check out this video, but I can't hear it. All I can hear is him, and he's talking over it every 2 seconds as well.
Yeah, so his critique of a Dragon's Den video means nothing to me, because I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and he's never made like really highbrow, really high production value stuff. It's always just been him talking to the camera, but that's kind of his strong suit, you know. But now this stuff is just, it's really lazy. It's really poor quality content. And yeah, so I just figured
if there was ever a reason to unsub, that would be it, though.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm still a fan, don't get me wrong.
And it's not like you can't search the guy up when you want to. Yeah,
plus, I mean, I'm still getting lots of his videos in my recommendations tab.
Yeah, I trust my homepage. It always puts something from a channel I watch regularly that I almost don't even need to sub to them.
Yeah, the thing is, though, the videos that it's recommending me for him are either the stream ones, which I never watch, or ones that are like 2 years old of his, you know, popular uploads kind of thing.
I see.
And yeah, I'm just not gonna watch that.
Nah. Oh man. Oh, did you hear about? Did you see the timestamps? I don't know if you've watched any long form videos. Did you see the timestamps?
Yes, and I watched the Creator Insider video about this feature.
Oh wow! So a whole video about a feature. Respect.
Yeah, yeah. So it's actually chapters. They call it. So it's like nice. I think the way it works is if you put time. You know, when people put timestamps in the description, they'll say like 5 minutes. This is the review. 10 minutes. This is the price or whatever.
And even the ad, which is pretty weird that they would do that, because then now the companies they're doing ads for can be skipped a lot easier. But yeah.
Oh right, okay. I haven't actually seen that. But
I saw that for a Philip DeFranco video.
Really? I don't know. Maybe he puts that in the description. I'm not exactly sure how it works. From what I can tell, you can't set it in the... When you're uploading a video, you can't like go and select, I want the chapter here. You just put your timestamps in the description and it picks that up. It's a really good feature, by the way. I really like it. Yeah,
that's really pretty good. Good for them. It's about time that I saw something I liked, and I like it.
Like, for example, I was watching someone had uploaded a video of an album, their album.
Perfect.
You know those ones? Like, it's perfect for that, because you can just hover over and see like which song is where, and boom, easy. That's really nice
point. I'm gonna check Joyner Lucas's album, because he did a full album upload.
Oh, maybe yes. That reminds me, I need to listen to that. So what else have I been watching? I've been watching quite a bit of animation, actually. Quite a bit of animation, and it's basically because, do you remember on Adult Swim, the Smiling Friends pilot?
I think so.
Smiling Friends. Yeah, it came out just the other day. I think I sent it to you. It was a pilot of a show. Basically, it's this.
Oh yes, with the Australian guy.
Yeah, the Australian guy, and it's basically this pair whose job it is to cheer people up, you know, and they get hired to put a smile on people's faces. And they've just got a pilot on Adult Swim. I'm definitely going to link it in the description, because it is hilarious. I cannot wait for it to become a real show. But I went to the animated channels of that show, and it turns out these guys have been animators for like ages. I don't know if you know what Newgrounds is.
No.
But Newgrounds is basically like early internet, as in 90s place where people uploaded content, so animations, little games, just little videos, lots of stuff like that. And it's super early internet, and these guys have apparently been making stuff there since then. and have only recently, got this kind of big break with Adult Swim. So it's Michael Cusack and who's the other one?
Why does Michael Cusack ring a bell? Is that an actor?
It sounds like an actor, I think.
Yeah, if you have that name, you would be an actor.
Yeah. So it's Michael Cusack and Psychic Pebbles, which also is a really good name, Psychic Pebbles.
Yeah, but less of an actor.
Yeah. Now, I can't recommend their content itself too much, but the Smiling Friends pilot, 100%, so good, so good.
Oh yeah.
You got anything else on
your...
your...
Great list of stuff in the description.
Yeah.
Such a great list.
Such a great list.
For me, there's only two other things, but just running off quickly. I know you don't like the PewDiePie videos where he covers Jubilee content. So that's PewDiePie covering another channel called Jubilee, and they just do social experiments. But they did one where they basically get millionaires all in a line and they ask them questions and see where they fall. But I watched
this one.
Did you like it a little bit?
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, I don't know, because I feel like he always evades anything about his personal wealth. So it was good to at least see him think like the millionaire he is, when most of the time he's admitting or never admitting that he's doing okay. Trying to be more.
It was nice to see, and he approached it, and he was still down to earth even while doing it. Obviously, he's making an effort to be, but it was good. It was good. That actually reminds me, because you said PewDiePie, but the other thing I've been watching a lot of this past week, and this probably is also why my YouTube time has gone down, but I've been watching a lot of Twitch, and it's because Lyric, who's one of my favorites on Twitch, started playing Minecraft. And he has never played it before in his life. And it's really fun watching this guy who's just so clueless about everything. And chat is constantly screaming at him to do this or that, or he's doing it wrong. And at times it is the most frustrating thing to watch ever, but it's also hilarious. Watching him trying to place stairs down and make them be in the right orientation for 30 minutes, and you're just screaming oh my god, just point at the bottom.
That must be so perfect, to be angry at somebody that you want to see them succeed. It's you're their dad. It's perfect. Yeah,
it's been really entertaining. So actually that must be what harmed the YouTube hours. You said you had one more to go over?
Because I know we talked about it in the last podcast, but there's this game that's kind of trending called Doom Eternal. Just your basic shooter. I say basic because it's pretty 90s driven. But it's a pretty cool game. But then they had a guy called Mick Gordon who did most of their music or their soundtrack. And he just basically went on Twitter. Because he's done good music for other games before, but this time he went on Twitter, basically just blowing out Bethesda and ID Software, who produced and developed the game. That they just mix my songs, and he doesn't know why, and he's never gonna work with them again. And
what do you mean? What is in he did the work for the
did the
game.
Music, for the game, and he did the previous game as well. Yeah.
Interesting.
And a lot of people apparently noticed this, I guess, big fans of him or maybe the game, and thought, wow, this music's a bit off. And then they tweeted at him, and then he just used that as the opening to basically, blow it out of proportion about how he was mistreated, and how he also had a live stream or a video about where he was gonna talk about how he did it all. His making music for the game, and he's not doing that anymore. he's just not happy. I just thought it was a weird story compared.
That's interesting. Basically. You know something in the Shining. They got a. Wait, who's the director of The Shining again? Why can I not remember this? What an idiot. So anyway, they got a big well-known composer to do the music for it, and then literally in the final stages of development. Actually, I might even be thinking of 2001. I want to say Alfred Hitchcock. No, that's wrong. And in the last stages of production, they ripped out all of his music and put in a completely new soundtrack. And the guy was really pissed.
Whoa.
And it's Stanley Kubrick. Obviously Stanley Kubrick. And, he's notorious for being like very particular in his creative ideas. So he just decided, I don't, this isn't working. I'm changing it all. And apparently the composer did not know until he went to the premiere.
Oh my god!
So he went to the premiere with all his friends and family.
He even went to the premiere.
Yeah, with all his friends and family.
I would love to be the best friend.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I did all the music in this. Yeah, and then you sit down and it's like, oh god, this is oh god.
And then you got the daughter, Daddy. When is it coming on?
Yeah. It's not. All right, that brings us to our picks of the week. Do you want to go first, David?
2 YouTube channels of the week. I'll go first. I'm going to
call my pick very kind of out there. So how would you rate your pick on the out there kind of scale?
Mine's in there too much.
Okay, it's 2 in there. Okay, good.
It's 2 in there.
Good balance. That's good.
So I hate, but I also enjoy how I'm going to talk about somebody or a channel that other people must have known way before I did. So they either are super loyal or more knowledgeable, but that's just part of the fun. So I was watching an Epic Mealtime video last week.
What, a new one?
They don't really post that much. Yeah, they don't they made their last video some months ago. On occasion, Harley, who I guess runs it, just puts a video randomly. So he made a video where he covered this channel that I'm about to talk about, because he searched for food in trending, like the food section of trending, just to see what people watch these days. And he found this channel called 5 Minute Crafts.
5 Minute Crafts.
I don't know if you've...
Yeah, we've mentioned them before.
I mean, it must have gone in one ear and fell out the other, because I did not know how big they were, but how census
40 mil subs?
Videos are.
Something like that?
No, they got 66.
66, yeah.
Okay. And I think they're the 5th subbed channel that's not like a music channel owned by YouTube, blah blah blah. But I just wanted to look into why they were so big, because they also have loads of other channels that have amazing numbers as well, and I just don't understand.
What are their other channels?
Because they got a what do you call it? They got a 5 Minute Crafts is their main one. Obviously, it's got that light bulb kind of logo, but they also have a 5 Minute Teens, 5 Minute Craft Teens, 5 Minute Craft Girly, 5 Minute Craft Family, 5 Minute Craft Play, and respectively they've got 6 million, 18 million, 9 million, 16 million subs for those, and a lot of those channels, no lie, were created last year.
Really? Are all their videos 5 minutes?
1 or 2 of them was in 2018. Say that again?
Are all their videos 5 minutes? I have actually watched their content before.
I didn't even think about that. No, they're not 5 minutes.
I didn't think they were.
Oh my gosh, my mind is blown. I did not think about the 5 minute part.
I guess the individual crafts might take you 5 minutes. They definitely don't know, because I've seen some of them. It's all this cutting and it's rubbish.
I'm not even gonna tell you, but the craft part I don't even see. A typical video is life hacks. Fair enough. Somehow got to do with crafting. Yeah, but they're not really crafts. Sometimes it's a video about just doing your living room and buying the right stuff. But the charm, as they would put in quotes for this channel, is it's done in a very infomercial kind of way, cheap budget. If you watch any of these videos, the aspect ratio is 4:3, so it takes half of your phone screen, and there's no point changing it to widescreen. And I'm not learning anything. I'm just seeing 2 idiots usually put stuff together. And then you've got the other kind of types of videos, which are like Instagram kind of ones with the camera facing down at the table whilst they do a paper mache kind of thing. But it's just...
Have you noticed something that they never ever speak?
Yeah, it's very Mr. Beanie, especially for their comedic ones.
Yeah. Now, I think that is very very considered, as in they do that.
It could stretch all countries, that's for sure.
Yeah, stretch all countries, and also appeals to kids quite well. Definitely appeals to kids in general.
It's basically like Tasty. How Tasty is does all those easy Instagrammable things about how to make food, but they're just doing everything. Like, they post a good 4 times a day consistently.
Damn.
Maybe that's the key to getting subs.
Well, it kind of is in a way.
Terrible. The views are terrible. I don't think I've seen 1 million views for their main channel.
Yeah, but
back
overall,
to a month.
If you're posting 4 in a day, that's still 1 million views a day total.
I mean, I'm seeing 78,000 for a 66 million channel. But
it doesn't. It's strange though, because you think, why are you subbed to them if you're not watching the videos and they're posting 4 times a day?
You're saying that because of what you've done to Critical. Why would you sub to them if you're not gonna watch every single video or see the point of it?
Yeah, and it's not just whatever, I might watch that later. It's like they're 4 videos per day. Your subs feed is gonna be absolutely stacked with 5-minute craft content, which is very annoying. And
it surely would annoy you more than whatever good it's giving you.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm thinking is maybe, it reaches such a broad audience, definitely a lot of kids, and maybe they just don't care about their sub feed. Maybe that's not what they use.
Boy, I can tell they don't care. This is a company based in Cyprus, starting off with compilations of old videos they used to have on Facebook and stuff like that, in a BuzzFeed way. They're not really honing that YouTube space. They're just using it as a library dump, basically.
Yeah. Library dump,
they don't care. But I just don't understand how it can gain so many subs when it started off so late. And it's not even new. It's not even cool.
I'll give it's the least cool. I'll give them it on the title. I mean, 5 minutes crafts is built in.
It's like the how to
clickbait.
basic kind of idea.
Yeah, it's just built in. But at the same time, again, just you're not gonna. How do you remain subbed to a channel that has 4 videos a day? How can you deal with that? How can you live with that?
I'm telling you, if I don't know if it exists already, but if I make a 1-minute craft channel and I don't get 1 million subs in a year, I don't understand.
I guarantee you it exists.
Do stuff in a minute.
I guarantee it exists, and it's probably owned by them.
They own a lot of stuff. I was looking at this. I forget what I should have written down what the company's called, but it's one network based in Cyprus, and they own a lot of other channels. And it's they are money hungry people.
Yeah, and they obviously
they know what makes money, and they get it. Yeah.
Do they ever get sponsorships? Have you noticed?
I mean, I've watched 10 videos recently that I'm trying to remember, but I did not see an ad at all.
They obviously don't speak, so I guess it's makes it a bit harder to a sponsorship.
Yeah.
But I would have thought, they would be, maybe they'll do an episode using Kellogg's boxes, and it's sponsored by Kellogg's.
No. They're not. They're so far. I don't want to say it's an American thing to hit a sponsor and work well with them, but they're so far off being American that I don't think they even have that sort of touch with it. I will say, as a last thing, is 5-minute crafts, obviously big channel, 66. If there's one that is a bit interesting, is their 5-minute crafts versus channel. Okay. So typical video would be boys versus girls, and still done in that cringy way of a girl gets ready for her day versus the boy getting ready for their day. You already know what the video is going to be, but because it's done in that Mr. Bean no voice, but they're still their mouths are moving, and it's all about hands expressions, emotions to tell the story. I get that being the charm.
And
not that that's
those
enough.
Ones are just comedy.
Yeah. So if there's any sort of recommendation that must come out of this weird thing that people knew but I didn't, it would be that channel.
Man, that's really funny. Okay, well, there you go. I guess, can you call that a recommendation? I guess you'd call it notable. It's certainly notable.
Definitely notable. Give the 1 or 2 videos I'll put in the description a try, but don't go beyond that.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those channels where you just have to, so you're in touch with YouTube and like what's really big. Then I feel like
this is the same reason why I watched that Charlie girl on TikTok. Like, I don't want to be a fan of her. I just want to know what is people's opinions of TikTok.
Yeah,
why
exactly.
is she the most followed?
But just remember, like, they may have a lot of subs, but like you said, the views are really where it counts. You know something? PewDiePie's been saying it a lot recently, but 30% of his viewership isn't subscribed.
Oh yeah.
And I was thinking about this because he sort of says it and seems to be really caring about the subs number. And I know obviously it's important, but the thing is you're still getting views on the videos. And the way that I feel like on YouTube we're seeing a change that means that subscriptions aren't as important. And hear me out on this, but the recommendations tab is getting better and better, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Which means a lot of the time you don't need to be subbed to a channel. It's just going to show it to you in that tab. Because I'm subbed to PewDiePie, but I don't get the notifications and I don't go to my subs tab at the moment. But I'll still watch his videos because they'll still get served to me on that page. And they'll get served to me on there. Obviously, it gets ranked higher if you are subscribed, but it doesn't really matter as much as it once did, I think.
No, I hear you on that. I do.
Yeah. Okay, so my recommendation for the week, like I said, is pretty out there. And this came, I mentioned before about watching those animation channels. And this came as a recommendation off of one of those. The channel is called PilotRedSun. And he's an animator.
PilotRedSun, huh?
PilotRedSun, yeah. And which, again, I like the name. It's good.
Yeah.
Which is he does animation, but he also makes his own music. So he does the music for his animations as well. They're very what's the word? Postmodern, I guess you could say. They're very cryptic, very, very strange. Very, very strange. Like if you know my taste in YouTube and stuff I like to watch, you'll see this and be like, yeah. That's on Ivan's list for sure.
So this could pass for an Adult Swim kind of.
Yeah. It's that kind of vibe. Like the videos aren't connected. So the one I watched first, and it is still my favorite one by far, is the Christmas Grinch one, which is it's only a couple minutes long. I recommend it so highly. It is very, very strange, very bizarre. The music in it is excellent. Like I've been trying to hunt down that track and he hasn't actually released it. He hasn't actually released it anywhere, not even on YouTube as a track, because you can just listen to it, but there are a few sound effects and voices and stuff from the YouTube video. But the song is so good and it's just really, really roughly drawn animation. And I'm talking like rough, like Microsoft Paint kind of rough.
Yeah.
But has a really distinct style, and it's done well. It's just so bizarre but good. And like I said, so the when I watched that, even the music style reminded me a lot of Umami, who I'm definitely you know, I'm sure that they're both fans of each other's work, because the music is very much that kind of deep sort of synthy type tones and heavy
and the appreciation to detail of marrying the two, both the the visual and the music.
Like it fits so perfectly. But yeah, that Grinch video was like, man, I was just reading the comments, and there's people that say things like, oh, I'm studying art at the moment, and no kidding, this would get you an A star in as your final project, all that kind of thing. And it's that kind of vibe. It's like very experimental, very weird, but really well done in the sense that it's very particular style. It's well done badly, I guess you could say.
Would you say it's closer to Umami than like Minute Hour? Like, what's it, 5 Minute Hour?
Yeah, Minute Hour, yeah.
Minute Hour.
Yeah, it is. Minute Hour is tends to be more about like the dialogue, which Umami is not really.
Definitely, yeah. Exactly.
There's not a whole lot of dialogue. It's more about the setting, and then with PilotRedSun, it's more about the actual animation style itself. And, you know, he clips in random little weird 3D bits and dancing animation sequences. It's just very surreal. Surreal is the right word. That's the word I was thinking of before. Surreal. Yeah. Very, very surreal.
I was curious if there was going to be a whole like comment section of what does this really mean, or like trying to figure out the director's cut. But I see what you mean. Now. It's definitely hitting on the animation part. You watched it shortly before the episode. What did you actually think? I mean, I think it's one of those, which is probably the beauty in itself, that I needed to watch it more than once. But the first time, I watched it twice, but I think it needs more. But I was definitely confused about it was obviously sending me a message, especially with there's a bit in it where he's the Grinch, I guess, is holding is it a present in one hand? I don't know what's in the other. And it was like going up and down, like which one is it? Oh yeah, the Saint or Grinch. Saint or Grunch. Yeah. I found it really funny as well, man. That's the other thing about these. Like, I think they're hilarious. It's so weird, but so funny. And that's the thing. I was like, am I taking this too deep, or am I missing the joke? So that's why I was like, okay, I had to watch it again. And then I had to put the music up a bit more. Well, I just love the fact that it actually got me, you know, replaying it. Yeah. And his channel doesn't have that many subs. It's only about 200,000. But actually, it's on the other end of the scale to 5 Minute Crafts. It's like 200,000 subs, but he's got a bunch of videos that are over 10 million views, or over 1 million anyway. Because they're very rewatchable, you know, and they're very short too. But man, I urge you listeners to watch it just for that music track. It's only 2 minutes. How did you stumble upon them? Like I said, it came from when I was watching those Michael Cusack ones and the Psychic Pebble ones. So it's literally just like fell off as a recommendation, not that you had heard about it and then saw it. And like, no. Yeah, I remember this. No, just popped up, recommended, and I thought I'd give it a go. So nice. Really good. Really pleased with that one. All right, I think that about wraps us up for this week, episode number 83. Thank you all for listening. Remember to subscribe to us on SoundCloud, on iTunes, on your podcasting app of choice, and we will see you next week.